Hey everybody, how you doing? How are you doing? All right, this is not so much a watch review, but as the title implies, a uh, I want to talk about a certain brand, which Timex. um, well, Timex, I think, is a great um, they're a great watch, especially for the money. I mean, not just for the money, because there's a lot of people out here. I'm one of them that luxury watches just are not a thing. It's just unattainable, will I have a Rolex one day? Possibly, I'm not going to say I'm going to be a poor bum my whole life, but, I do aspire to one day have, be able to afford, I've got to have the means, be able to afford it. I'm just going to buy a Rolex, just save up and buy a Rolex and drive around in you know, a $1,000 car, I want to reach a level where I can own a Rolex or something, or Breitling or something like that. But for most of us working stiffs, we don't have much to spend on frivolous things like watches. No, because in my opinion, I think we all need a watch. Every man needs a watch, and women need it to go out on dressy occasions. In my opinion, quick wristwatch check. Casio Duro or the Marlin. I don't, the ref MDV 106 or 104 or something like that. I don't know. I've got it on a NATO strap. It's a terrible British accent. It's 22 millimeters, so it's a big thick one. So, anyways, uh, 22 millimeter lug width, big strap, big strapping watch for a manly man. Anyway, that's the whistle. I'm gonna do a video on this and maybe on Casio in general in the future, hopefully. So these are my Timexes. Let me give a quick little backstory. I've always had a watch. I've never been into quote watches, but I've always had one since elementary school. And from middle school on, I think I've had a watch on for my entire life, pretty much every day since middle school. Probably high school. But anyway, yeah, I'm in my mid 40s, so that's a long ass time. Um, so at one point, I bought a Timex Expedition, and that's all it was called. And it was the precursor to the Iron Man. It wasn't called Iron Man yet. I don't know how long ago this was. This was a while ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago. And it was those plastic ones, the shock resistant. It's like the competition to the G-Shocks. Um, and it did everything. It was, I don't remember how much water resistant. I think it might have been 100-meter water resistant, or it could have been 200. I don't remember. But I did everything in that. On the face, it told me everything I needed to know at a glance: the date, the day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what alarms I had on. It just like everything a modern digital watch tells you. And that lasted 4 years. I went through bands and straps because the bands and straps wore out because I led a very active lifestyle. I mean, I work with my hands, heavy lifting, outdoors, all kinds of shit. I went swimming with it in pools and rivers and done all kinds of stuff. That watch was indestructible. And eventually, time just could not beat actual time. Time took it down. And I think just the battery just died after so many years, finally. And I could have just replaced the battery and it would have kept going. But, it was time for a change. It was looking rough. So I struggled to find another watch that did everything that one did at the price, which I think I paid $30 for it, 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was. And I just didn't want to spend on a expensive watch. And then I said, let me look at Timex again because it worked for me for so long. So let me look at Timex and boom, here we are. Now, I've got on the left, this is a Weekender 40, Expedition Scout with a blue face, Expedition Scout with a black face, and this is a Timex Expedition Scout Chronograph. This is an awesome watch that needs a video all to itself, and that maybe will come in the future. All right, now, what's going on with these watches? Now, the Weekender is is one of the best that Timex has to offer in the more affordable category. Now, you can get most Weekenders for around $30. This one doesn't have a date. I don't know. I think some do. It doesn't say it on the face. I think it says it on the back, but this has about 30-meter water resistance, which is not a lot, but I mean, it's somewhat. Let me just not misinform anyone. Let's see. Anyone? There it is. 30 meters, yep. Now, so the back, you see, stainless steel back, and they're pressed down, snap in, not a screw down. None of these are screw down. They're not divers, and they don't need to withstand super pressures, but stainless steel back. But the cases are metal, but it's brass. It's not stainless steel. The backs are the case back is stainless steel, but the cases themselves are made out of, I think, brass. And that's obviously for cost. They save in certain areas to give you quality in other areas, and that would be in the actual internals of the watch. That's where I think the quality is. As the faces are just printed discs, nothing raised, nothing applied, just printed discs. So they save money on that, but it's clear and legible. These are in a military field watch style, and it's a timeless classic. But even though they're brass, they have all kinds of finish. This one's actually finished in an antiqued brass finish. I don't know how well it's looking in the LED light, but this one is in just a silver stainless kind of finish, even though it is brass, which means it's softer metal than steel and is more prone to nicks and scratches and dents, D-E-N-T-S. But that gives a character, in my opinion. This one, which I'm pretty sure is also brass, but is it's coated. It may be PVD, it may be ion plated, I don't know what, but it's all black case, which gives it an extra level of cool. Cool, man, cool. They're cool. Like Archie Luxuries likes to say, cool. One of the big things about these watches, which is great, at this price point, my beer. Can you hear that? Glass. Mineral glass. And I know, to all these watch channels you see, the mineral glass is the lowest form of life form. But it's not. For example, I think the Expedition I had before was a acrylic, some kind of plastic, clear plastic. And your cheaper watches are going to have acrylic. Your $10 Rite Aid special or Walmart special, they're going to be plastic faces. Let me do a little white down. So for these to have glass at the price and metal case, okay, you got two pluses right there. You're already ahead of the game. I'll give you prices. The Weekenders can be had for about $30. Expedition Scouts are about $40. This is an Expedition Scout Chronograph. It's going to run you about $50, $55, depending where you get it. You can get these at Walmart. This one I haven't seen at Walmart. You can definitely get it on Amazon, and Other places like Kohl's or JCPenney maybe, I don't know. But I'm going to run you 55, 60, something like that. It takes a lot more to make a chronograph. But, okay, I said this one was 30, water resistant. These, 50-meter water resistant. Now that's pretty good. 50-meter water resistant, you're good to go. Don't have to worry. If you're not a commercial fisherman, you can do anything you need to do with a 50-meter watch. You can go to, light swims in the pool, pretty sure. Fishing, reaching inside a bucket of cold ice beer. The Scout, on the other hand, boom, 100 meters. Let's just look at this for 1 second. Now, okay, here's one of the things where they skimp on. This does not line up. It's on 1 second is where it starts. You see, this is the chronograph hand. It's on 1, but it is what it is. Start it. This little dial will tell you the 20th of a second. This will be the minutes it's been running. And yep, and 4, 6, 20ths, I don't know. And then you reset. That's cool. So it's not exact, so you can account for that on that one. Over here we're pretty close. The second hand, I'm saying. Well, all right. It's not perfect, but what are we paying? $40? How much are watches these days? You go to $7.88 at Walmart. $11, $15. If you know what you're doing, you can get some good $15 watches, like some Casio, but other than that, where the money is, where the value is in these watches is in the internals, the movement, which is quartz, made in China, I'm sure, but to their specs, They are sturdy movements. You see other watches, you open them up and there's a tiny little robin's egg. There's just a little piece of junk surrounded by this giant, and in the middle is a little, with the little, the crown stem going all the way in, halfway through the watch to reach the little mechanical thing inside. These are big, sturdy, tough movements. These watches, I like I said, I work with my hands. I do some heavy lifting. I work on a truck. I'm a truck driver, and I'm clanging on metal, and I'm working in the mud. One day I was out. I drive a tow truck, and we had a lot of rain, and a lot of people got stuck in the mud. I was wearing this little guy here, and it got full of mud. And there it is. Once I rub it down, wipe it off, it's like brand new. Well, okay, maybe not brand new, but it's still good to go. I'm putting this guy on the wrist so you can see. I got this on the Daniel Craig Bond. Why not? Now I have a 7.5-inch wrist for those that care. Oh, if you want to see the actual sizes, I know if you don't see it, seeing is believing. So you have to actually see the measurement for you, because you can't trust what they list on Amazon. 40 on the dot. That one's the exact same watch. This one, same thing, 40 on the dot. Now the chrono is going to be a little more. What are we at? 43, 42 and a half, 43. Let's call it 43. Oh, again, being a chrono, it's going to be Probably the thickest one of all of these. Is it? I can't even tell. 13? 12 and a half? 13? It's around 10. That's the same. And then we go to this guy. Look, whoop. Yeah, 9 millimeter case thickness on this guy. And the lugs, come on. I mean, that really is that important? I mean, it is on the bigger watches. I mean, I guess, I don't know. 45 for that one. And people want to know this stuff. That looks like a 50. I think this one's also running a 50. Because it looks like smaller lugs. Yep. Yep. We're also at 51. So look at that, the lug to lug. Yeah, they're shorter lugs, like now that I look at it. In comparison. So there you go. Those are the sizes. But totally doable. You saw the 40 on my wrist. I have a 7.5-inch wrist, which is above average, I'll say. Not huge. So what do we cover? The glass face, the water resistant, the movement. Oh, well. What else are we missing? The Indiglow function. Now let me turn this off. Hold on, let me turn off this light. Now the thing with the Indiglow, this is something that Timex pioneered, which is basically, I think it's electroluminescence that they light up the whole face. The thing with it though, you're going to get more of a little glow with the clearer, whiter face than you will with a darker face. So this will be the clearest. This will be the next, not as dark as these, but the black ones are going to be pretty dark. Let me see if I can, okay, here we go. Look at that. That's clear, legible. This is very bright. At night, when all the lights are off, it's very bright. Here's the blue one. Now, it doesn't show very clearly here. I mean, like in person with the naked eye, because I'm just using my cell phone camera, you would be able to tell a lot better. Still, this is pretty lame. But the black faces, as you can see, show up a lot less. Well, anyway, let's go back to the light. And boom. And that is one of the great features of Timex. I hope I covered everything. Oh, they did not come on these straps. Actually, this one did. This one came with this kind of faux leather. And I think it works just great. If you put these, the weekenders especially, they're very classy. You put them on like a traditional leather strap, like a crocodile, or alligator, or whatever, or like a cow, a traditional leather, and they would look very nice on, you could wear it to a wedding. I mean, who would know? How do you know this is not a freaking Hamilton? You know, from a distance under the cuff, these are very classy, and no one would think twice. I mean, not that you're trying to show off or trying to, but I'm saying they don't look out of place as opposed to G-Shock. You know, these are very classy. These are NATO straps that I buy from Amazon, about $13 for 4 of them. So, you can dress them up real nice for cheap and light. There you are. See, I just went to red, white, and blue to go with the blue and white face. I mean, I could do any number of things with that. Alrighty. And that's that. So, if you want to watch that will work and last you and looks good, get a Timex. These are Expeditions, but pretty much the entire Timex line is great. You won't go wrong with one of these guys. All right. Thanks. Catch you later.